Chapter 62. Plainview City Jail, Holding Cell D. Tuesday, 8:48 a.m., 1986. After being questioned by a bewildered deputy, Bill and Jim were arrested, hauled to the station, and issued a pair of paper pants and flip-flops. Young Jim, eyeing his ruined storefront, deferred from getting involved, telling the officer his father and uncle were in a drunken dispute they'd need to resolve themselves. "Were you really going to leave me there?" Bill demanded from his seat on the lower bunk of his cell. Jim laughed, stretching out on his cot in the cell facing Bill's. "You're so dense still about your clock, Bill. It can do so many things you don't understand." "You've wasted yours," Jim informed him snidely. "Take the clocks in my antique shop there. I made sure to reset each one of them so their owners could never find their way back to them. That's just smart business." "Them?" Bill took a deep breath. "Are all of those clocks in your shop stolen?" "No, not all of them, of course. Some of them are just antiques." Jim smiled. "And who are you to judge? You come from a line of clockmakers, Bill. You could make your own. What do you think Phinneus was doing when he blew himself up? I'm just getting what's owed to me, that's all." "So you've been leading me on a merry chase this whole time?" Bill's voice shook with rage. "To get more clocks?" "Just one very important clock, Bill. And our game of chase," Jim snorted, "that was a happy accident. Only a true idiot could mistake my time-appropriate costume for this Aunt Penelope you're so fond of following. That part was just for fun once I figured it out." "Why bother?" Bill challenged him. "I told you, I'm saving the world," Jim asserted, sitting up from his prone position to watch Bill's face as he admitted, "and the last thing I need to do it is something your uncle and Maribel have kept from the world. The last piece of the puzzle, I think. But I'm on a tight schedule these days, so tell me, Bill, has Phinneus ever mentioned the first clock to you? Something called the Astro Clock?" "Astro Clock?" "No," Bill giggled. And though he foggily remembered overhearing a younger Maribel use that very term in Philadelphia, his great-uncle had never mentioned such a thing directly to him, which meant Phinneus was either too smart to do so, or rather, recognized his great-nephew was too dumb. Suppressing another chuckle, Bill pried, "I'm almost scared to ask. What is this Astro Clock, Jim? Boy, that is a mouthful, isn't it? Are y'all sold on that name?" Jim pursed his lips, eyes narrowing. "It's the Astro Clock because it's the first clock, transversing the astral planes. You know what? Don't be so immature. It was used as a blueprint for every Atlantean time-traveling clock. But this one was the first. A simple clock with one setting. I thought that's what the King of Greece had in his possession. You can imagine my disappointment when it turned out to just be a prototype. This Astro Clock. It belongs to the Alotians, and I aim to give it back to them. Set things right. Build a bright new future with me ruling here on Earth. For them." "I've seen that future." Bill gripped the bars in front of him. "And it's not good." Jim shook his head dismissively, settling back on his cot, his arms slung behind his head. "I'm not the bad guy here, Bill. You'll understand soon. The stars and planets are finally aligning just so, powering this battery beneath our feet we call home. Big things are afoot. You'll see." The steel door at the end of the hallway screeched open, an officer's head poking through, calling, "Bill Finkle?" Bill rose, looking back at Jim with an innocent shrug. "You've been bailed out." The officer jiggled his keyring into the lock of Bill's cell, leading him through the row of holding cells and into the discharge offices. "Bill!" Don rushed forward, sporting a blue polo, his hair and glasses still distinctly 60s flavored, crushing him in a bear hug as Bill exited the station doors. "Thank God it's you." "Don?" Don escorted Bill to a parked sedan, ushering him into the passenger side before sliding into the driver's seat, a joyous smile creasing his face. "I couldn't believe it. I was doing early morning inventory when I looked out the store window this morning and saw you there. How about them apples, eh? I'm so happy to see you. I knew you would return to explain this mission to me, yeah?" Stunned, Bill nodded affirmatively. Yes, Don. Just the man I came to see. I'm sorry I left so abruptly last time. I wanted to get back as quickly as I could and explain everything that has happened." "Yeah." Don turned, an ecstatic light in his eyes. "I've been waiting so long for this. Please, tell me." "Of course, Don. Have you ever heard of time travel?" Bill trailed off as he grew lightheaded. Disoriented, he glanced up at the sun's position in the mid-morning sky, remembering he'd set his clock for only a 4-hour round trip to 86 when he'd left home this morning, intent on confronting young Jim, just in case things went sideways, which naturally they had. Boom. Whoosh.